people? How we doing, God's children, the loved ones, the people, the valued ones, the ones who care, the ones who try to change their life, make their life better? How you doing today? Topic today is what if doesn't exist. Everybody always says what if. What if is for people who don't put any effort in. What if is for people who didn't want to try, so they made a pre-made excuse. I always say, well, what if this and what if that and what if it doesn't exist? What if it does exist? How would you feel then? Think about this. What if it does exist? And you don't find that out until the end, right? How would you feel? How bad would eternity be laying in a coffin if you found out after you died that your soul just lived in that box in torment, and that's your hell? Every bad thought, every terrible thing you ever did, that just runs over in your mind over and over and over while you lay there and rot. What if? And then think about how good would the salvation actually feel? You ever see the people that feel like they're saved, how they look like they're happy, how they look like they feel good? Well, but that's how I feel. How free does life get? If you're free and your soul is free, how free do you get? How does it feel? So those are the questions for today. We'll talk about all that stuff. We'll talk about how you feel, how bad you think it would be rotting in eternity. We'll talk about how good salvation feels, and we'll talk about how free life gets. Anybody in? Anybody interested? Anybody want to talk about those things? Because for me, how I feel, I'm super glad that I finally found some kind of peace in my life after many years of chaos and being like a bar problem, drunken outlaw biker. To find God and get peace and find truth, it's a big deal for me. And it's changed my life, and it's made my life better, and it's made it more positive. So that's question number one. How would you feel? How would you feel if the day you died, you found out there was God, but you weren't into it and you weren't part of it, and you died and you got there and God was like, hey, how you doing? You know, Joe Bob. And you were like, hey, I'm great. Can I come into heaven? And he's like, well, actually, no, because you were a terrible person on earth. So you'll stay in your box and rot, and your mind will burn with all your bad deeds to the eternity. How would you actually feel? Would that moment change you? Would it at least shake you for that moment? Think about that. Think about that. Like, you come in to this world thinking you've got it all figured out, right? And you're harder than the world, and you're better than the world, and you don't need anything, and nothing can help you. And then you die, and you're at the maker's table, and he's like, hey, person, what kind of person were you? And you're like, well, you know, I was a liar and a thief and a cheater and a stealer, and I never believed in you. And it's no big deal. And he's like, okay, well, cool. So you're going to live in the box that you were buried in the ground with your soul and all your bad memories and thoughts forever. That's hell. That's the burning that they're talking about. That's the fire that they're talking about. They're talking about your emotional soul being burned alive in that box and never getting to leave with your skeleton rotting. And your soul will know you're rotting the whole time. It will be absolutely miserable. But here's something crazier, even bigger and way more awesome. How good does salvation feel? For those people that have found salvation, been washed clean of their sin, repented to God, they feel amazing. You see those people upset all the time? No. You see them happy. You see them hugging. You see them smiling. You see them at parties. You see them in amazing places doing amazing things. Hello, Anthony. You know, and the joy that the people, like, especially me, I lived a cruddy, normal guy life. And then when I finally found peace and salvation and truth and real God, it gave me so much peace and so much happiness and so much freedom. You know? How free does your life get when you're not miserable? Hello, brother. How free is your soul when you're not in pain? Because God will take all those things from you. Oh, another guy is going to cry about the t-shirt. It's just a t-shirt, man. They don't have enough plain black t-shirts that fit like regular t-shirts. So, I have some old punk rock t-shirts that I wear from time to time when I don't have my I'm Just Saying shirt on. So I think it'll be fine. God knows that we're all sinners. That's why he died on the cross for us, is because we all fail and he was perfect. So that was the message. I don't think he's crying about my shirt right now. He's probably happy that I'm sharing his word with the world. So, yeah, I wouldn't think that's that big a deal, dude. Oh, I don't take it personal, man. There's usually every single night, there's usually at least one or two people who have super negative stuff to try to bring to God's room, but that's cool. Hey, what up? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Nice to see you guys. So yeah, so that's really what I wanted to talk about tonight. I just wanted to talk about the how much people don't realize that if you can just find that faith and you can live in that faith, how much freedom and peace and outright good you can have in your life. And I think it's sad that a lot of the world is based on TV and hate and news that has nothing to do with the truth. And so I feel like if you're able to find God and you can hold on to God every day, you can get up and you can pray to God. Things you did yesterday that maybe weren't good. You could admit that and say, "Hey, God, yesterday, I drank too much. I smoked too much. I cursed too much. I was rude to my neighbors." And you can apologize and you can accept that every day of your life. Each day will get a little better because each day those things will leave your life. I'm just saying, the more you live in the light, the more you'll be in the light. So, we all are human. We all have flaws. We all have mistakes. We all have demons that we deal with. That's just part of life. That's why God has explained all these things to us in the Bible. Yes, exactly. You put your suit of armor on. You put your truth on. You put the word on, and you carry that word. And as you carry that word, people listen to it. And when they listen to it, it grows stronger amongst the people. Hey, man, I could promise you this. If you could find God for real, you won't have depression at all. There's no such thing as depression with God. He'll take it away from you. If you literally confess to God that you love him and want him in your heart, and you give up all the foul things you've done and you apologize for them, and then you say, hey, God, please take away my depression, he'll take it away. And I'll tell you this for a fact. I was a super bad sinner most of my life, watching too much porn. And I literally did that exact thing. I went to God and I said, hey, God, please take this lust away from me. I hate this. It's embarrassing. And it was gone. It was literally gone. Months. It was just gone. And I was like, whoa, it's gone. So everything is achievable in the belief. What's this, bro? Shout out to me. 57, the earth, grass, blue sky, radioactive bunkers. I don't know what that means. Anyone, thanks you guys for joining in and keep joining in. Hey Jake, I seen you. That's one of my regulars there. Comes in there pretty much all the time. Oh, hey, look, Unhinged Pools, man. Nice to see you again. Do you think Yahweh likes being called God when God is derived from good meaning to divide the kukar, and being a name Yahweh gave to Satan when he tries to invade heaven? I don't know, because Jesus referred to his Father as God all the time. So if he told us to say God, I would imagine that we were supposed to say God, even though we understand that his true name is Yahweh. But here's something crazy that most people don't understand. Yahweh is not spelled like that. There was actually no E back then. And so it was Yahweh. And if you break down Yahweh, watch this. Yahweh was the sound of human breathing. So that there's so much God in everything about us, everything about our makeup, everything about our molecular construction that is connected to God, including your natural breathing, making the sound of God's name. I'm just saying, yeah. So I don't think that using God in any way is a slander, because language changed a lot over the last several thousand years, and a lot of that stuff was written in Aramaic. That's why there was no E. So you're totally spelling it wrong anyway, fools. So then the last really thing that I had on my thing I want to talk about, we already talked about how the salvation feels. The salvation changes your life. It makes you feel better. Which team chat do you want to be on? Well, I would hope that nobody wants to be on the evil team chat. That's crazy. Yeshua spoke of him as the Father, and English translation added letters. Yes. But he also told mankind, if you read the Bible, where the red words are, or not the red words, but where it's his voice talking, he referred to him as God many times, as the God, the only way to him. But you are correct. He mostly refers to him as the Father. There are a few references where he does use God, so I don't think that it's blasphemy in any way. But that's a really good. I'm gonna do some more reading on that, Pools, and next time I come, I'm gonna have a little bit more reading on that specific answer, and I'll dig into that specific thing for you. That's what I'm saying. He says in translation. That's what I mean. So the word, he made the name, and then it translated into God. That's what I mean. So not using the name, but using the translation of the name, I don't think there's, yeah. No, it's very clear in the Bible that there are no other gods than God. It's very clear. It's very clear. Any kind of other ideology is absolute blasphemy. True. Comes down to the heart. Do you believe it? Do you understand it? What do you say? Oh man, I want to talk to Hudson. So check this out. I read your comment, bro. And here's the thing. God totally wants you in heaven. You cannot come to God too dirty. What you can do is you can come to God too clean. You can think you've cleaned yourself, done the right things, done the works, made yourself righteous, and then that God likes you. No. That is not the truth. You come broken. You find God. You submit to God, confess all your failings to God, and God starts working with you to fix everything. I want you to know that, Hudson. There is no moment where you are too broken or too screwed up to come to God. If you read the Bible, that's why the Bible is there. If you read about each apostle, they all had failures. Noah was a drunk. Okay? Some of the apostles committed adultery and murder. You don't come clean. You come to God broken. And you say, hey, God, I am broken. These are my sins. Please help me. I truly in my heart need you. And the salvation will come. I promise that. Look at me, dude. I'm a tattooed up thug. I was a motorcycle scum, like troublemaker for 20 plus years. Like I totally fell off the path. I started being a minister over 25 years ago, and I totally fell way off the path. And the truth is, and if anybody gets mad about this, I'll feel really sorry for you. But the person who helped me actually find my way back to the path was a young man going to colleges and talking to children. And I'm 20 plus years that guy's senior. And I was like, wow, this guy's articulate. He says cool shit. And it made me think about the things I was doing and saying. So it's never too late to be saved, and you're never too broken to be saved. Is abortion a sin? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is absolutely a sin. Because procreation, if you've ever seen the magical, there's a really cool video with the magical light. I think it's what it's called. Where they put science equipment in a uterus, and the moment that the sperm and the egg connect, there's a bright light in there. Life is created. God said that, and it actually is real. They've filmed it, and you can look on the internet and you could find that. So once life is created, God said, there is no murder. Self-defense is not murder. Protecting your family is not murder. Fighting for your God against someone who doesn't believe in your God is not murder. Killing your children just because they may be a burden to you is. And it's a thing that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it's the 100% the truth, and it's the actual facts. It's your choice. No one's saying that you can't choose to do that. But I can tell you this, many women in their mid-30s that had one chance to have a baby and aborted it because it wasn't timing, regret that shit. Or they had an abortion and it caused a medical thing to where they could not have children in the future. They regret that. Murder is definitely a sin. But God does not prevent you from defending yourself. You're correct. God did then use Paul. And then he used David. And he used Samson. And he used many a great men to share these stories throughout history. What is this person? Am I ignoring you, or are you serious? Use your money to become trans. What are you, mental? Oh, we got our first troll of the night. Looks like we got 2 trolls at the same time. No, they're trolls. We'll just ignore them. Nobody's going to answer their stupid, dumbass, crap questions. Older than you, pussy. Fuck no. I have the grace of God. I'm 53 years old. I'm not going to the ground anytime soon. I'm an 100% health crap person. Shitty troll person. You just go cry. I won't even say out your thing out loud, because that's how much of a piece of crap troll you are. And here we go. Ooh, you always get a troll trying to get smart with a bunch of comments. Nobody's being taken over by you. So anyway, back to ignoring your dumbass. So, see, God gives you the strength. God gives you the strength to make people like that just disappear. Like they don't have any value. They don't hold any value. They'll never have any value. When you're so miserable that you go to the other parts of the world to find people to start problems with, like that just shows like you're just a miserable loser with like no soul and no heart and no humanity. And obviously they're not humble and they don't have any personality. And you're real original with the year-old shit. 50's not that old, stupid. All right. So we're going to block you for harassment, stupid ass dickhead. All right. Bye-bye, dickhead. Dumbass retard. Sorry, everybody else. I rarely get like that, but sometimes these super trolls are just so annoying. I mean, you guys are trying to like enjoy what we're talking about. You're putting in your good relative comments, and I'm trying to read them, and then we get like a super turd in there. So sorry about that. We give them the machine gun. You stupid trolls. And hey, this is to everybody else for chiming in and liking God. Jake Wilson. What? It's set for adults, bro. So I don't know what you're saying, bro. It's set for not meant for children, so I don't think there's children on here, dude. Oh, you making fun of that dude. I get it. You think about becoming Catholic because I kind of believe in church authority. Oh, you have the right to believe and do whatever you think is is best for you. But before I would do that, I would just spend a lot of time reading the Bible. Whatever questions you have, there's like a little thing in the front that you could like look at, and it talks about everything in humanity, like humanity and feelings. Here, I'll read some stuff. It's like the verse finder. Abortion, abuse. It says right here, abortion's number one. It's the first thing in there. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verses in the Bible, or sections, chapters in the Bible, where it talks about abortion not being accepted. Right at the very first thing. You've got abuse, you've got accountability, accusations, adolescence, adoption, spiritual, and it goes on. So there's a whole thing in the front. If anything you're feeling weird, you can just look at that, and you could like go to a verse from that list and find something to help you understand how you're feeling that day. And if you do that enough, in my opinion, what happens is you realize it is enough. I'm just saying. I'm the Revradchad. I believe in God. I try to share God. I think that's the truth. I think that's the only truth. He comes to us and he says the only way to the Father is through Jesus. He is the light. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. We talked through all the bullet points I had. So, anybody got any last questions before we roll up for the night? I've heard of that and I've read of it, but that's not the truth. The God is the truth. It plays out on Earth, man. It plays out on Earth every day. It literally plays out on Earth every day. And I like your question, but it's not real. God is the truth. It plays out on Earth every day, like literally every day. There's so many, and even without having to be a fact baser, there are so many facts in history that have been proven, that were in the Bible, that were found on Earth, that were proven. I'm not really a proof believer. I'm a believer, and then I learned that after I believed. So, yeah, that's, I don't know. But we all have the right to believe whatever we believe. What you got there, Pools? You got Yeshua is King of Kings, Holy of the Holiest, so therefore Yahweh is the highest of gods. Absolutely. 100,000%, dude. God is the only God at the top of the pile. Everything else is a blasphemer. It says so. I have some clips we could get into if you guys still want to keep talking. Midnight Sanctum. Yes, I like that statement. Personal relationship with Jesus, 100. No one can define it. No one can define it specifically, but it has to be a relationship between you and Jesus. So, yes, I like that. That's a good statement. Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. Only one God, only one boss. There can't be two, there can't be three. It just doesn't work that way. Any place you've ever worked where you have two or three bosses, the place is an absolute shithole. Yes. Perfect example, Anthony, for Isaiah 42:8. That's an absolute great example. Silver fight. What do you mean by it's the same God? That's not enough of a statement for me to understand. Yeah, he made it real simple for us. He said, I am the light, I am the way. He made it real simple. Yes, that's correct, Silver. God and Jesus is one and the same in a way. He shares the light of his Father, but one and the same has the power. So I think that's like a lot of the confusion for most people. Hey, Hudson. Everything is about perspective. So the way you look at the things, if you say, I have absolutely no motivation or desire to do anything besides like two hobbies, what two hobbies do you like? Are they hobbies that can turn into jobs? Are they hobbies that can help you in your life? Or are they just hobbies that hinder you? What you have to do is you have to find the things in life that inspire you. Find people that inspire you. And number one, in my opinion, always is pick up the Bible and read it, man. Just start. Just read it anywhere. There's a little thing in the Bible, in most Bibles, where it says like how to read it 365 days a year. It'll just like you read like one little passages a day, and after months, you learn all these things. You got to have motivation, man. You can't be 18 years old in this world with all these opportunities and not feel like you want to do something. Come on, man. Talk to me. Thanks, Blastunum. Yeah, that's my Tall Boy Tuesdays. Bam! That shit's super old. The same entity leading people to the same path or same end. I don't know what you mean by that. I missed that. I missed something there. What did he say? His got broken up. I don't know about Islam, but they're pretty sure they say it's the same God. No, that's absolutely not the same truth. They're liars and they hate Christians and they want us all murdered and they want us all to be under Islam. That's a totally different subject. And we probably don't want to go into that here because if I start telling the raw truths about all that stuff, we probably get a bunch of people, maybe upset or something. Snowboarding and dirt bikes. Hey, man, you know that my generation made both of those things jobs. Think about that, Hudson. My generation made both of those things jobs. Dirt bikers and snowboarders can get sponsorships and jobs and paid and traveled around the world. If you're good at either one of them and you stick to one or you pick something and you put in your energy and you pray to God, say, God, help me every day to be the strongest snowboarder I am. I want to believe in you. I want to live through you. Help me. I'll be honest. I'll be real. I'll be right. You'll be big, dude. You might be the next Sean. You'll be big. Nothing could stop you. You're 18, bro. You could be man of the year in 10 years, bro. Think about that. You know why? Because here's the crazy thing. God loves you whether you know him or not. To get the grace and the power, all you got to do is come to him. That's it. Read the Bible, accept God in your heart, try to live by his fundamental belief, accept that he came down here as a perfect person and was persecuted and beaten and killed by humans so that all of us pieces of stuff can exist? Man, that's a gift nobody could ever give anybody, Hudson. So if you got those skills, dive in, bro. Dive in. What Jake said? Jake said the body is your temple, and before you enter your own church, obey the things. Now, I don't know where you're. I'm confused by that a little bit, but you don't have to have church to have God. You have to have God. Some churches are filled with poison and lies. Nobody knows the day and time, only God. Agreed. Agreed, Anthony. The world is not ending anytime soon, just human struggles. Absolutely. It's not ending anytime soon. Let's get, when you give him the Viagra. Yeah, that's funny. I like that. That's hilarious. 2,000 years. Well, I mean, if you know anything about religion, and you know anything about God, and you know anything about the Bible, they say that Noah lived 950 years. And the growth of mankind didn't change for almost 1,000 years until we were limited to 120 years. Not supposedly, but in terms. What about Israel? That's a pretty wide open question. I appreciate Silver to see the people, individuals, not monoliths. There are ideological differences, but arbitrary facts. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in here and having real conversations and asking real questions, because that's the whole point of this. This isn't one of those pages for like antagonist retardism and dumbasses just like bankering at each other. We want to generally have the focus being on the same path and everybody like getting to enjoy understanding each other's comments and stuff. So I appreciate you guys tonight very much. And I really thank you for, we only had one shitty troll. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. Just so people that aren't in the room know, I know Unhinged Pools and Jake Wilson pretty good, and they're clowns, and they sometimes say stuff just to be funny. I made it left at 18 and didn't enjoy the post years. It's not too late, Jake. You could, I could bring you back, dude. AJ's got a pool. We could dunk you. We could bring you back. Man, we could save you, bro. Just saying. What's cheap? Anthony, what's cheap? Why would you build a life and grind if the world is ending? Like, it's not ending, bro. Your generation is being led by doom liars, man. There is no end. People have been saying the world was ending since I was 20 years old. Y2K was going to wipe out all computers and burn the earth to the ground. Hey, man, you should DM me. You should DM me and like, we should talk a lot, Hudson, because you're a young kid and it sounds like you need someone that actually gives a shit about you. Yeah, man, there's not that much doom in the world. Stop listening to Democrats. Stop listening to the news. They're liars, man. Read the Bible. Just read the Bible, man. Like that will just do that. Stop watching the news. I promise you. And like 2 to 3 weeks, you'll feel like 1,000 times better. If you read the Bible 1 to 3 times a week, you feel twice as good. If you read the Bible up to 4 times a week, you feel 3 times as good. It's a fact. They've done studies on it and shit. So I'm just saying, I don't want to see you in gloom, dude. You're too young to be in gloom, man. I was a gloomy kid. My dad died when I was a kid. I lived a really shitty life, but it all can come to better, man. It all can come to better. All of it. Every bit of it. What's my take on Israel and their take in the end times? Well, God said all the people would come back to Israel. All the believers would come back to Israel after they were scattered amongst the earth. But what's going on now, it's hard to say because there's so much outside influence and so much other stuff going on with all the violence that it's really hard to say. I mean, I think that's the land. God said we'd come back to, we said we'd come back there. And it's not about the Jews, it's about the land. You got to realize that God picked the Jews to teach them Christianity. He didn't pick the Jews to stay Jews. He picked the Jews to share Christianity with because he thought they were the closest thing to what he was trying to share. He didn't go to the Muslims and share Christianity with them and their goat raping, child molesting bullshit. He went to the Jews, the closest people that he thought were the best, so he could share a word to help them. People get that all mixed up, man. Like, Jews are the chosen people. Like that. Yes, but no. Yes, but no. He didn't choose them to stay Jews. He chose them to share Christianity because they were the most articulate, they had language, and they could write. So, gotta read that shit. You gotta understand the truth, because the truth gets away from everybody. And there's a lot of comments. You guys are really awesome tonight. Got lots and lots of comments. Unfortunately, I can't read some of these as fast as they're coming in. Netanyahu is a psycho. Netanyahu is a psycho. I don't know if that's even how you say that guy's name, but that dude's a psycho. He is a crazy leader. The Jews could be led so much better than that dude. Oh, they do that all the time, AJ. They do that all the time. They dunk people in pools, like in churches, like in little bath pools. Which I agree, it's not the accurate way to do it, but we could still at least clean Jake up. You know, jeez. You know what I mean? Negativity does never help your life. Negative thinking, bad perception, none of those things help you. Like God says that you take all that away from you. You don't have to have all those thoughts. You don't have to carry around frustration and anger. You don't have to carry around any of that. He'll carry all that for you. That's why he carried the cross in front of all those people. He was showing that he'll carry that for you at all cost. So, yeah. Anthony. Thank you, brother. Says, this will see it come to light. Are you talking about Samson? Because you said, say son, they will see the light. Got a spelling problem there. It's talking about Samson. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Pools. I am on Instagram and YouTube a lot, but I struggle with crippling loneliness, depression. Let me ask you a couple questions, Hudson. Do you go outside? Do you walk around? Do you talk to people in real life? Or are you stuck in your generation where all you do is use the internet for interaction? Because I guarantee, promise you, if you go to the park and walk around and say hello to people, if you go to a gym and say hello to people, if you go out in public and you're polite to people, they'll interact with you. The depression, really bad insecurity about everything about myself, you don't need that. I'm telling you, man. Sit down alone in your room and ask God to help you. Just talk to him out loud with your own words. However sentences you want to say, and tell him how you feel and say, please come and help me. Please come in my heart and show me the way. That's all you got to do, man. That's all you got to do. And what will happen is he'll come down and he'll start showing you the way. I absolutely promise you, man. But you have to be sincere. You have to be willing to give up your sins. You have to be willing to give up the things that you do against other people to get that grace. So if you can do that, he'll come tomorrow and he'll help you, man. I'm just saying. It's the facts. It's the way it is. Get on your hands and knees and say, God, I've been a miserable prick. I lied to my parents. I stole from my school. I did whatever I did. These are all the things I've done terrible. Please forgive me and take me in your heart and lead me to salvation. And then ask for what you need. That's how it works, my man. I used to be a miserable outlaw troublemaker on a Harley, starting fights in bars all the time. I used to have a way different crappy life than the peaceful existence that I have now. Not rich, I'm not famous, I'm just a peaceful dude living in a peaceful world. I don't sell merch. I don't push my channel. I'm not some kind of influencer. I'm just a dude telling my truth to the people that want to listen. So, can't fix stupid. Yeah. You talking about Jake? That's funny. Hudson, you know why you're here? Do you know why you're here? God brought you here. You didn't come here accidentally. Maybe they're not good friends. God brought you here because he wants you. He wants you. He wants your salvation. He wants your freedom. He wants your soul. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to have inner peace, bro. Listen to Anthony here. He says the same thing. Yes, you need to walk and look at all the wonderful things God made, trees, birds, sun, everything. Take your freaking shoes off. Go outside. Put your feet on the ground. Touch the grass. Touch the dirt. Walk on stuff. Feel the trees. Put your hands on the trees. Touch the leaves. And realize, man didn't make any of that shit. The piece of dirt didn't explode out of the sky and make trees. That's insanity. God created this earth for mankind to live on it in peace, if he so choose. So just know that. And if you need anything, Hudson, you DM me or message me. You having a hard time, you having hard moments, you talk to me, man. I will talk to you. I don't want to see a young man of your age struggle with that kind of crap. That to me is way too heavy. Every meal, sleep, drink, you're alive. That's God. Absolutely. Every day that you wake up in the morning, you should praise God. Every day that anything good ever happens to you, you should stop right at that moment. I don't know anything about the cancer question. The thing I know about the cancer question is there's a whole bunch of rad doctors on this planet that suggest natural remedies that have healed thousands and thousands of people. And I'd probably look at that before I'd go to an actual shitty doctor. Just saying. Straight up, Hudson. I'm with you, dog. We need some shit. Thank you for appreciating that, but you need some shit. You reach out, man. Um, I could guide you. I could give you passages to read. Go get yourself a Bible. First thing, man. That's probably the thing that's going to give you the most freedom in the world. Go get yourself a Bible from the bookstore, like a King James, and probably with the New Testament, so you can. The New Testament's a little easier to read. It's like on the right side of the page or whatever, and we'll help you, bro. We'll save you, make you feel better. You find your life. You find your peace. You're too young. You're just right at the age where you need that peace and that joy, man. And your generation's been robbed of it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for feeling that way. Your generation has been absolutely robbed of the love and the joy of life. You guys got robbed of a lot of things that we had when I was a kid in school. You never owned a book in your life. The only book you should own is the Bible. I'm just saying, I'm the Revradchad. This has been the most amazing hour with you people. And maybe tomorrow, maybe every day, I don't know. Maybe we'll do this all the time. I was going to do it on Mondays, but it's been more fun to do it all the time. So I want to say I thank you. And I'm so happy that you guys were so awesome tonight. Anthony, Josie, Midnight, a whole bunch of other people. And hey, Hudson, I'm not playing. I'm your dude. You need me, I'm here for you. DM me, message me. We'll talk to you. We'll make sure you feel good. We'll make sure we find a way to get you in the light. All right, my dude? You can't be 18. You can't be 18 and be that sad, bro. We gotta help you, man. Okay? Everybody else, mad love. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll catch you guys later. Tonight's over. Have a great night.